Some people think that space is beautiful. There's stars, there's planets, there's meteors twinkling across the sky. But then there's other people that know that space is one of the most terrifying, scariest things in the entire universe. And today we're going to be learning about the 10 most horrifying things floating in space.
Let's start with the scary and slowly work our way towards the most terrifying ones on the list. Number 10, space junk. As it turns out, our planet is not the only thing we treat like a giant trash can, since space is slowly becoming a giant landfill as well. There are currently millions of pieces of man-made junk in Earth's orbit, with over 30,000 of them being over 10 centimeters long.
That's pretty big.
Or around 4 inches.
Is it?
Now, the
huge.
reason why this is so scary is that the number of junk is only growing. But this really shouldn't worry you, since I'm sure we'll eventually get around to cleaning it, which usually only happens when it becomes a big enough problem that our government is forced to do something about it. You see, the growing amounts of space junk are becoming a major problem for space exploration and travel, and NASA has already had to course correct 32 times since 1999 to avoid satellites and space debris. Now, you're probably thinking, this is an issue that you will never have to worry about, since you never leave the house, let alone plan on traveling to space. But as it turns out, the space debris might just come to you. There have been many reports of large pieces of metal, spaceships, and satellites landing on people's property and homes.
Yeah, I never really thought about that. I have heard that space is filling up, especially in our orbit, and a lot of it eventually will just kind of slowly go back to Earth as our gravity pulls it in. But I've heard it with satellites, that like our skies are filling up with more and more satellites every single day, especially because of Starlink. In order to get internet to remote places, they'll send up new satellites, and then that's how you get internet. But a lot of the satellites now are starting to crowd up the space around our Earth. So it's getting really difficult to like fly anything past our like little orbit right now.
But like, how do you even clean it up? Like, do you just get a giant net and like just go capture everything? Like, what do you even do to clean all that stuff up?
Adam, you know, right?
I would just blow it up, or I would just push it further into space so that it gets out of our
He
orbit.
just said there's tens of thousands of pieces that are like 4 centimeters long out there. How are you supposed to track that down?
Maybe
There's
a
no
big
way.
magnet.
So it looks
Yeah,
like the
that's a good
internet is
idea.
saying that we actually don't really know how to clean up space junk yet, and that we just avoid it right now.
I should have guessed that. If
They
I
should've
can't
hired
figure it
me.
out, there's no way that the NASA
figured it
space
out.
engineers know how to figure it out.
Yeah, it looks like they're trying to figure out ways to basically do it similar to how they clean up junk in like rivers and the oceans, where they just have big machines with like big nets, and they basically just like slowly move and then capture a bunch of things.
Exactly what I said,
What's
man.
the
Some
problem
guys
with
hire
that?
me at NASA.
Hire him.
Is that there are satellites, and also everything orbiting Earth is moving 17,000 miles per hour.
That's not that much of a problem.
That's not
if
even
you're
nothing.
if you're smart as me, you figure that out easy.
But that's only the 10th most scariest. Let's move into the next one.
Number 9, cosmic voids. As we leave Earth's orbit and begin to look further out into the universe, we quickly begin to discover all sorts of terrifying things. But before we get to those, I want to focus on nothing. I literally mean nothing. You see, there are vast spaces in the universe that don't contain
Rick.
anything at all. No planets, no stars, no moons,
No.
McDonald's, no asteroids, nothing. These empty spaces are known as cosmic voids, and in some cases they can be hundreds of millions of light years in diameter. This would create a long and lonely space trip for anything that decides to journey across them. Unless, of course, you were blessed with being an introvert, since we are completely immune
Why's
to
that gonna
this
look like
weakness.
Alex?
Now, I know these large numbers are very hard to grasp, so let me just show you what this all looks like. Here's an illustration of the
Okay.
Virgo supercluster, which contains around 100,000 galaxies, including our home, the Milky Way. Now, let's zoom out and take a look at the areas here.
Why do I feel like the voids are kind of taking up more space than the actual superclusters?
It's like the ocean when it comes to Earth.
Yeah.
I don't even know like what that like. I can't even imagine what that means. Like, there's just nothing, just nothingness. I feel like
It's-
there has to be something, but there's nothingness.
I guess the only way to experience true nothing is to give up all of your earthly belongings, and then you go into a room and you turn off all the lights.
Yeah. Then I'd even go even deeper and like go into like some sort of submersion.
Right, yeah, where you're like floating in some salt water. But even then, there's still something there, right? Like you are there. But in
Right.
the void, they're basically saying there's nothing.
Yeah, not
like,
even air. Not even air is like kind of my point. Like on Earth, you can't even simulate it because there's air here. There's like you do this, right? You feel air. Like you feel things. There's zero things out there. What does that even? I don't even know what that means.
Dark matter? Would the void be dark matter?
No,
I don't know. Or like antimatter. Apparently, there's a lot of antimatter and stuff, but I don't know what that means either. Like, what are we even saying anymore? That's some quantum physicist type stuff that I don't understand.
Let me check with the beings that are smarter than me. Google. Let me see what they have to say about these space voids.
Someone named the biggest void the booties void. I respect it.
Booty's void. So I just typed in, are space voids filled with dark matter? And it broke. It's not giving me any results.
Well, that gives you the answer. They don't want you
Now
to
the FBI is on to you, bro.
Yep.
Delete all your search history
Delete
right now.
everything. Throw that PC out.
Okay.
This particular one here is called Booty's void.
My bad.
And
Nah,
it's one
that's
of the
Booty's
largest
void.
voids in the known universe, spanning around
That's it? That's actually not even
330
that
million
long.
light years wide. For perspective, the entire Milky Way galaxy, which is home to at least 100 billion planets, is 100,000 light years wide. Number 8, dead galaxies. Dead galaxies are galaxies that have run out of cold hydrogen gas, which is necessary to fuel stars and create new ones. These dead galaxies will be the first to become completely dark and lifeless,
I don't like that.
leaving behind a cold and lonely cemetery.
That freaks me out.
But for now, these galaxies appear red as they burn through their last remaining energy that they will ever have. Now let's get to the terrifying part. All galaxies, including our own, will eventually run out of energy, and it's hypothesized that the entire universe eventually will as well. A stage that is referred to as the Dark Era, and it's speculated to be the final state of the universe, leaving behind a cold and dark universe where light and
But guys, that's going to be like a really long time in the future, right? That's going to be like billions and billions of years in the future.
Yeah, so it literally doesn't even apply to us at all. Like,
But the idea of it, though, is really creepy. How, like,
Yeah.
everything in the entire universe that you love and that you know will eventually just be, like, gone.
well,
and
that's
dead.
going to happen way less than billions of years for you.
That's not my point, though, Adam. I'm just thinking, like, you think hypothetically.
Oh, okay.
Obviously, I'm gonna die before that. It's like talking to a brick wall. Seriously, I don't like. From now on, I'm only gonna talk to Jack because there's literally no point talking to
Guys,
you.
let's stay on the
stay on
subject
topic.
matter.
Yeah, come on.
And I do have a fact that I don't know if I should say because it is actually kind of terrifying me, and thinking about it is making me extra super duper sweaty. So do you guys want to know?
No.
Does it have to do with peanut butter?
No, it has to do with galaxies. I can't talk to you, Alec. Okay, Adam. I gotta
sorry.
talk to you, Adam. Okay, Adam.
Sup.
Did you know that roughly 30 to 50% of the galaxies are dead? Like right now, they are dead.
Shut up.
Bro, that's what the scientists
Shut-
are saying. They are saying that 30 to 50% are dead. And even a lot of the stars that we see in the sky, they are coming from dead stars or dead galaxies because the light is traveling, so we can still see the light. But we are actually looking at a cemetery in the sky. Does that make sense?
It does make sense, and I hate that. There's a lot of nights that I just stay up thinking about the universe and how scary it is. So I actually, like, we've watched, like, horror videos before. This is the scariest video I think I've ever seen.
Reality
You
is
should just ask her
scary.
out. You should just ask her out, Alec.
I should. I'll call your mom later.
Wait.
Number 7, planets. NASA estimates that there are at least 100 billion planets in the Milky Way galaxy alone, and over 6 sextillion planets in the observable universe. That's 21 zeros, by the way.
legal drinking
Not that it
age.
even matters, since none of us could even come close to comprehending that. So instead, people try to visualize this by saying that there are more planets in the known universe
real?
than
Insane.
grains of sand on Earth. And for those of you that have never been to the beach, take it from someone who has. We still can't comprehend this number either. Now, we don't have to look far to find some truly terrifying planets, since we have a few
Venus.
of them here in our own solar system. But let's just take a look at the
Oh, dang
scariest
it.
one, Jupiter. This planet is an absolute nightmare, and is scary enough to just look at. Jupiter's a giant gas planet that is 1,300 times larger than Earth and is covered in violent storms, as I'm sure you already know. But really quickly, here are just a few of the ways Jupiter would absolutely mop the floor with
Aw.
you. Radiation exposure,
Dang it.
dead. Atmospheric pressure, dead. 400 plus
No, I can
mile
do that.
per
I
hour
could
winds,
withstand
dead.
that one.
Struck by lightning, dead. You overheat, dead. You freeze, dead. You decide to breathe,
But I
dead.
cold plunge.
But if Jupiter's not scary enough, our galaxy has many other horrific planets to choose from, like planets that constantly rain molten iron or molten glass, planets that are entirely covered in ice, planets that are entirely covered in lava, planets that are entirely covered in water, planets that are just completely dark. Planets with giant hurricanes the size of Earth. Nope, that's just Jupiter
Oh my
again.
gosh. I imagine if life could survive there, though, like they would be the strongest creature to ever exist because they would go through so much hardship.
Yeah, but what if they never flourish? And they just for eternity, they live life in agonizing pain. And that's
could
it. That's
be
all
the
they know
case.
is just pain.
I mean, when you think about like life on Earth over the billions of years that Earth has been around, there's been periods on Earth where it's been really difficult to survive, right? But we've persevered. The creatures here have adapted and evolved. So maybe, possibly on some of these other planets, maybe not in our own galaxy, maybe in other faraway galaxies, there are planets kind of like Earth, but like a little bit more deadly, where there are just super beings, people that are kind of like us, but way cooler, way stronger, more handsome,
No.
bigger,
Better
better,
lines.
smarter, because they had to be, because their
Impossible.
universe was way more harsh. We kind of live in a world where it's kind of nice. Like I walk outside and maybe it's snowing, maybe I get electrocuted by lightning, but that's the worst of it, you know? I don't got to worry about some of this other stuff that they have to deal with on other planets.
True that.
I'm just saying, we could have been around during the dinosaurs. That would have been a crazy time.
I would have conquered them easy.
You would have been a chicken nugget for
Aliens?
a T-Rex.
Ever since we were young, Hollywood has conditioned us to be scared of aliens. So it's no surprise that this one would end up on the list. Movies like Aliens, Signs, Predator, Cloverfield, The Thing, and of course The Goat,
that's my favorite.
killer clowns from outer
Is it
space.
annoying anybody else that he's saying aliens?
Alien.
He's saying alien?
Kinda like
it's alien?
Elio's.
He's trying to engagement bait you.
Elio's pizza.
Well, he's rage baiting me is what he's doing.
Alien. Maybe he's British.
He's
All
not.
made aliens incredibly violent and terrifying. And when Hollywood finally attempted to create a friendly and relatable alien, all they got right was his body type. And it definitely worked. Scientists say that it's only a matter of time until we
he's gotta
find the
stop saying that.
existence of aliens. But here's the thing, right? An alien or an extraterrestrial being is simply just something that is living that didn't originate on Earth. So this could be something as small as bacteria, but if we're lucky, it could be a fish or mammal-like creature. But of course, this could be something infinitely more terrifying. And
Yes.
that's what makes this one so scary. We really don't know what's out there. Now, thankfully, we all know that first impressions are everything. So I'm hopeful that aliens will just take a quick look at Earth's orbit.
Why do I kind of have a feeling that this guy might know something that we don't? Like, he's calling
does.
aliens aliens. Maybe that's how they want to be called, you know? Maybe he's calling
It's
them
like
by
ho-
the right name.
It's like how Timu is actually Temu.
Exactly, guys. We don't necessarily know anything about the aliens.
This whole
the
time.
aliens, the alienus. I don't know. I don't want to offend any aliens that might be watching this video.
Did you guys see Barack Obama did say that there's aliens? So
Yeah.
confirmed.
Yeah, I did
So
see that.
This does get more terrifying.
Did Barack Obama confirm aliens?
Yes, I just said yes.
Trust Adam, not Google, Jack.
Yeah, what the heck? I'm right here, Jack. Talk to me.
He said they're real, but I haven't seen them.
I know.
Kind of sus, Barack. Well, I mean, the
And then-
chances are that they're probably out there, right?
Well, probably out there somewhere. Not necessarily Earth, though. Like, the universe is so big, in order to go from one other galaxy to our own would require, like, ridiculous amounts of technology that we can't even comprehend.
Yeah, right. We need, like, basically the power of our sun that we don't know how to get to yet.
The power of the sun! Even then, if we could travel at the speed of light, we still wouldn't be able to get anywhere with, like, in reasonable time.
We
it would
could
still
go to
take hundreds
Mars.
of years. Yeah, but
We could go
Mars
to
sucks.
we could go to
No,
that
we're
one
gonna go to your
moon.
mom's house and back.
That one moon might have life, like deep down in the ocean.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. I would love to live there.
Number 5,
dang.
gamma ray bursts. Gamma ray bursts are the most powerful explosions in the known universe, releasing more energy in a second than the sun
Alex
would in a
allergic to
billion
gamma.
years. This can occur
Bless
a
you.
few different ways. Either when a star goes supernova, when two neutron stars collide and form a black hole, or when a black hole swallows a neutron star. These massive bursts of energy are 1,000,000 trillion times brighter than the sun and could last anywhere from 10 milliseconds to several hours. Now here's what makes them so scary. The light produced can't be seen by the naked eye. So if Earth were to be hit by one of these
Yeah, we're
powerful
cooked.
gamma ray bursts, we would
I'm okay with
never
that.
see it coming. And depending on how close the source of the gamma ray burst is, it would determine if life on Earth would survive. At a distance of 6,000 light years, it would cause mass extinction
Wait, that's
due
so
to the
far
deadly
still.
amount of
6,000 light years?
radiation. But if the gamma ray burst occurred further away, but still managed to get a direct hit on us,
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense, like, that the Earth has not been hit by some of this stuff. right? Because the universe is so big and massive and there's a bunch of randomness happening. Like, chaos is the natural order of the universe. So, like, how has this not happened to us already? After billions and billions of years of being on planet Earth, the chances are we've probably been hit by a little bit of this stuff, right?
Well, we did get cracked by an asteroid. The dinos know about that one.
Yeah, we got nicked.
Right, but I'm talking about, like, these crazy solar radiation events that are happening, like, 4 galaxies over.
Yeah, I don't know. We're just super lucky.
Yeah.
I mean, we've only been on Earth for a touch.
Oh, yeah, we're
So
going to be fine.
Yeah, it makes sense that nothing's hurt us. It's actually, like, it makes sense, you know?
Yeah, right. The
Knock on
chances of
wood.
it hitting us is pretty tiny.
That'd be a cool way to go, though. Like, imagine we're the last people ever on Earth and we just get blown out by some radiation or like a quasar or like our sun explodes. Like, obviously that would stink, but like at least we're like, it's a cool way to go. You know what I'm saying?
We're the last people ever to exist in the entire universe.
Yeah, like imagine an asteroid coming and hitting Earth and we all know we're gonna die. We could all just stand outside and hold hands and just sing Kumbaya.
But
Those are
Alex,
our last moments.
hear me out. We all know we're gonna die anyway, you know? So why don't
I'm
we all
just saying,
kumbaya
we
We
can
can certainly
today?
do that right now, Alex.
Let's kumbaya
Take my hand.
today.
Take my hand.
Don't test me.
Kumbaya,
Okay,
kumbaya.
please. It seems like Alec could easily get talked into joining a cult.
No.
Anybody out
No.
there that is
Trick this
recruiting, just call your good old buddy Siren.
Since it would heavily damage all of our satellites and technology, shutting down the Wi-Fi. Now, thankfully, Earth is not really in danger of such an event, since our sun is far too
thank you,
small
sun.
to produce this type of explosion. Instead, our sun will just grow so large that it slowly
Yay.
swallows the entire planet. Number 4. Colliding galaxies.
Chill.
With billions of galaxies traveling through the universe, some are bound to bump into one another. As a matter of fact, our galaxy will be one of them. The Milky Way is scheduled to crash into our neighboring galaxy, the Andromeda Galaxy. But that collision won't be for another 4 to 5 billion years. Hopefully long after humans have left Earth and populated other planets. But let's talk about what makes colliding galaxies so scary. As the two galaxies begin to get close to one another, their gravitational pull will bring them together. Now, surprisingly, planets crashing into one another would be extremely rare, since galaxies are mostly empty space. But what would happen is planets would be rearranged and shuffled around, knocking them away from their current solar systems and creating new ones. So any planet...
Oh, so the problem wouldn't be the actual collision, it would be the gravitational pull that would jumble everything up. So like the galaxies would come together like this, kind of like go past each other and then whoo.
Because everything kind of moves in like orbits, right? So like you don't directly.
Yeah, you're kinda
two
hitting
different
that.
entities don't just crash like this, but instead they're moving like this, right? They're moving in space like this, and so when they get together, so they're more like this. Now they're just kind
Yeah.
of in sync with each other instead of just like wha-pang.
Exactly, yeah.
Am I watching Build on the Sides guy right now? You going off?
So Adam,
Let's go.
hear me out. So say this is the Milky Way galaxy and this is the Andromeda galaxy, and they're coming
why are
together
those in your room?
real slow. It's gonna take maybe 4, maybe 5 billion years, but when they hit each other, they're not gonna go like this. They're gonna go like this, and then they're gonna go like this, like Alec is saying, and then they're gonna go like that, and then like that, and then like this, and then like that, and then like, almost kissed you. Nope, dodged.
This is what my health teacher did in middle school when he was trying to explain the birds and the bees.
So then essentially, yeah, they will merge together, and then they will become one.
By the way, I've heard from a couple of people that teachers have played our videos to their students. I hope everyone learned something today, if this is being played at a school.
Yeah, guys.
Presented to you by Beck Bro Jack.
Here are a few galaxies that are currently merging as we speak. Number 3, supernovas.
Oh, Adam, what is that?
Are the
What is a
largest
supernova?
Okay, imagine a nova. Okay, just in your mind right now. What is it's a nova. Okay,
Nova.
Okay,
ready,
got it.
ready. Super.
What is a nova?
Do you actually not know? Like, I wish I did this for every single one because I do wonder, like, what you actually know about really anything. And if you, like, do you know what a supernova is or no? Like, for
Are
real?
you talking to me right now?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking to Jack.
I'm going to take that as no.
I would
Just
say
I'll
like,
save you the embarrassment. Oh,
I'd
you
say it's
started
like a
going now,
big-
so now you have to finish.
It's like a big explosion of energy.
Okay.
That's my guess.
You're not far off. You're
That's
not far
the
off.
second half of it.
Yeah. But, like, what's that from? Like, where does that super big blast of energy come from?
I would say like a black hole. I don't know.
No.
So close.
Maybe the sun exploding?
There you go.
explosions that humans have ever seen. They can outshine their entire galaxy for a few days or even months, and can be seen across the universe. A supernova can occur a couple of different ways. The first one is when a massive star runs out of nuclear fuel and collapses, causing it to go supernova. The second is when a white dwarf star gains enough mass by siphoning it from another nearby star, causing it to collapse and explode. But let's talk about what makes supernovas so scary. When a star goes supernova, it obliterates everything in its path and is powerful enough to destroy all life on any planet
that is
within
actually
30
like
to
kind of
50
low
light
key
years.
awesome. Like, whoever named it a supernova was spot on. That is like the coolest thing. Like, if you're a star, that is like your final form, right? Like, you want to
I'm gonna supernova!
It tickles.
What is happening?
That's what a star probably is thinking.
Just wait till we get to quasars, bro. Quasars are even crazier and have a cooler name, in my opinion.
Quasar.
Well, you're a cute star.
Yo, I can leave the call.
Number 2, black holes. Black holes are easily one of the
black
most terrifying
most
things
people
in the
think that a
known
black hole
universe.
is in space, but I can't even say it. Never mind.
Known universe. It's mostly due to the fact that we don't fully understand how they work. But here's what we do know. There are 2 different types. The first one is called a stellar mass black hole and is roughly 3 to 1,000 times the mass of our sun. These are created when a large star goes supernova and collapses in on itself, creating a black hole. The second type is a supermassive black hole and can be millions to billions of times the mass of our sun. Also, we have no idea how these black holes are formed. And when I say we, I mean I couldn't find an answer using Google. Got frustrated and just came to the conclusion that the answer simply doesn't exist.
Well, I mean, he kind of said it, I feel like, so I'm confused. But I thought it was when, like, big suns collapse within themselves, and then there's so much pressure that it creates a singularity, and then that singularity is actually really tiny. So, like, the center of a black hole is the singularity, and it's really small, but it's so compact that it has an indescribable amount of mass, and it just sucks things in. Its gravitational pull is so crazy, it sucks things in, and then it just grows and grows and grows.
So that's how a supermassive black hole forms? It's like a tiny black hole, and then it's basically playing like space Agario.
That's what I thought, at least. I don't know. That's what I thought.
Adam, thoughts?
I thought it just sucked up a bunch of other stuff, and it probably combined with other black holes and eventually just became enormous.
It looks like, according to science and the smart people of the universe, that is one of the theories, that they do play Agario and that they just like eat a bunch of other stars.
They just be gobbling
other
out there.
black holes, and they merge together, and then over billions of years they grow into the monsters that they are. And at the center of every galaxy is one of these supermassive black holes that sort of holds it together, which is insane. But another theory is that they directly collapse from not stars, weirdly enough, but huge clouds of primordial gas. So apparently this gas has the power and the mass of the stars, and it collapses in on itself, similar to a star, because a star at the end of the day is just a ball of gas, but it's giant clouds that span for millions of light years that all collapse in and on itself to create the supermassive black hole. Now, there is apparently an exotic idea that these are less proven, but still fascinating, apparently. They are formed by the collapse of dense star clusters. So stars are all kind of very close to each other, and that they all basically like collapse in and on each other, and then they form the supermassive black hole. I think I did like the same hand motion for every single one, but that's what the scientists say to do, so it's accurate.
But the most common theory I kept seeing is that a black hole must have swallowed another black hole, making it grow much larger. If there's anything I have learned while scripting this video, it's that astronomers and astrophysicists never give a simple answer to anything, so them resorting to the classic answer of you eat, you grow is quite comical, since I know firsthand that is not always the case. But with that out of the way, let's talk about what makes black holes so terrifying. Well, for starters, one of these supermassive black holes sits right at the center of our galaxy, gobbling up pieces of the Milky Way as we speak. Another reason why they're so creepy is simply for the fact that they are completely invisible. As I'm sure you know, this is because black holes have a force of gravity so strong that nothing can escape it, not even light. So the only way we can see where they are in the universe is by seeing how they interact with their surroundings. But the biggest reason why black holes are so high on the list is simply because we don't know what would happen if you were to enter one. Are they just wormholes? Or would you just get stretched out like a giant piece of spaghetti? I'm not kidding, that's the most agreed upon theory. They call it spaghettification. Or could it be a portal to an alternate dimension? We really don't know. Either way, all of these are absolutely terrifying. Number 1, the size of the universe. Hands down, the most terrifying thing
can't
about
think
the
about it for too long.
universe is its size. Just allow me to present my case. Does this image scare you?
Oh.
What about now? Exactly. Let me show you a few more illustrations before I rest my case. For simplicity's sake, let's start at ground level. This is you.
Yeah, it looks just like
You're
me.
That's kinda
probably in
like
your
me,
room. Your room is in your home.
Oh no.
Your home is here on
Oh
Earth.
god.
Earth's home is in our solar system, which has 8 planets. Our solar system is part of the solar interstellar neighborhood, which is part of the Milky Way galaxy, also home to at least
Oh,
100
God.
billion other planets. The Milky Way galaxy is part of the local galactic group, which is home to 3 other galaxies. The 3 galaxies are all inside of the Virgo supercluster, which has hundreds of galaxies and galaxy clusters. The
I don't
Virgo
wanna keep watching.
supercluster is part of the local superclusters. The local
Oh my
superclusters sit
God.
right at the center of the entire observable universe, which spans
we just take
93
a second,
billion
guys?
light years wide.
I want to leave, bro. Like that actually freaks me out so much.
Keyword is observable universe.
I barely leave my house on
That's
a
2
regular
words,
day.
Adam.
Keyword is observable.
Oh my gosh, this is what we can see with our magnifying glass telescopes.
It could easily just go on forever.
Oh my gosh.
Like
This is with like all of our modern science. Like imagine living even a
And we
couple
think there's no
hundred
aliens?
years ago. Like you would look up into the sky and what would you even think? I don't even know what I think. I sometimes I look at the sky and I'm like, oh, that's Jupiter, and I'm like, but it kind of looks like a star, so I don't understand. Oh my gosh, I gotta go to my safe space.
I'm not sure you want to be back.
But it doesn't end there. This is just what we can see with the current technology we have, and we have no idea how much larger the universe is or if there's even an end to it. But of course, this doesn't stop us from speculating on its size or what could potentially be out there. Are there alien civilizations far more advanced than ours? Or alternate realities
Probably.
with infinite possibilities? Or maybe we're all just plugged into a computer, a simulation. After all, would this not be the best time in our known history to simulate? Or maybe Earth is flat and just like birds, space is not real, so none of this really matters. I guess in the end, it turns out that the scariest thing about the universe is not really
In a
up in
mirror.
space, but instead
brain.
lives here inside of our imagination.
But guys, the actual scariest thing in the entire universe is not leaving a like on this video and not clicking this next one right here.